2 Corinthians 9:6, it says, "Whoever sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and whoever sows bountifully will also reap bountifully." Now the question is, was the Apostle Paul a prosperity gospel preacher? You ever read this verse and you wonder that? Doesn't it sound like something Kenneth Copeland would say? Give a lot, so you'll get back a lot. You better tithe, otherwise, right? He does that thing with his finger. You better give. Even if you're poor, give, right? And doesn't the Apostle Paul kind of sound like that? Give a lot in order to get back a lot. Of course not. Of course the Apostle Paul is not Kenneth Copeland. For one thing, he didn't fly around in private jets to his many vacation homes, okay? And all the things that he was collecting here, it was going straight to Jerusalem to support the poor Christians in Jerusalem. And I mean, the prosperity preacher appeals to your greed. Give me more so that you will get more, so that you can be rich just like me. Look at my life. Look how rich I am. You could be rich too. So the prosperity gospel preacher appeals to, it's greed appealing to greed. That's what the health and wealth gospel is. Greed appealing to greed. But what we see in 2 Corinthians 9 is something very different. Paul says in verse 8, now I'm jumping ahead to the next week's text actually. He says, God is able to make all grace abound to you, so that you may abound in every good work. In other words, the goal is not indulgence, but gospel service. He says, God will make you abound, not so that you could just hoard it all by yourself, but so that your service would abound, that you would continue to give and help the neighbors that God has placed around you in your life. We give and serve. And as we give and serve, God fills our resources, both spiritual and material. Paul's referring to both here in this passage. Not so that we could hoard and indulge ourselves, but that we may continue to give and serve our neighbors.